Two very important factors to keep in mind. If your home is currently on the market and has been sitting on the market for a while, or if you're getting ready to put it on the market and you want it to sell in a reasonable amount of time or quickly. Two major factors that can affect negatively the sale of your house. Number one is the price. If you overprice your home, it will more than likely sit on the market for a while, and what generally ends up happening is you lower the price until you find a buyer, right? The other factor that comes into play when you're selling your house is the location. And so things like, is it in a zone that requires flood insurance? One thing to keep in mind in Louisiana is that every part of Louisiana is considered a flood zone. There are some areas where flood insurance is not mandated. It's still recommended by all insurance companies, of course it is, right? But it's all considered to be in a flood zone. If you're lucky enough to be in Zone X, then you're probably not required to have flood insurance. Factors. So first factor, of course, is price. Second is location. Location can mean things that negatively affect the sale of your home. It could be the flood zone. It could be that your neighbors don't take care of their home or their property. It could be that it's not in what's thought of as maybe a great school zone. It may be on a very busy highway. There are so many factors that come into play when selling your house. So two major factors that could either positively or negatively affect the sale of your home or price and location. So what I hear people say this all the time as sellers. I want to price it higher than what I believe we can get it for so that we have room to negotiate. So something to think about is we are not selling cars. We're not selling boats. We're not selling things like that. We're selling a house. And so I've closed now probably close to 550 transactions in the last couple of years, and I will tell you, I see it over and over and over again. When you price a house fairly, people know that. People can tell it's a fair price, and generally you get close to the price it is listed at. If you list your home over what the market can sell it for, what the market shows that it's priced fairly for, you're going to inevitably have to lower the price, and then you're going to end up losing money, because when you have to lower the price of your home, the natural consumer's instinct is to believe that something's wrong with it. And that's not always the case. What you have to keep in mind is in Acadiana, especially more specifically Acadia Parish, which is where I work, the average home buyer is pre-approved from anywhere between $150,000 and $200,000. Now that's a sad reality, but it's true. It is absolutely very sad that that's what the average home buyer is pre-approved for. On the other hand, if you have a home to sell and it's worth more than $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, the higher you get in the value of your home, the less amount of people are able to buy it. And that's just the reality. So what you have to think about is what the average buyer can afford to buy and what you have to sell, and know that that's all relevant. So price and location are huge. The most important thing you can do is hire a real estate agent in your area who sells lots and lots and lots and lots of homes and knows the market and can educate you on what are things going for in your area. And that's hugely important. So keep in mind, the one thing you have control over is the price. You have no control over where your house is located. And so if you have a gorgeous home, but it happens to be in an area that the flood insurance is really high, or you have a gorgeous home and a gorgeous yard and your neighbor's yard just doesn't look that great, or if you have a gorgeous home in a school zone that people just don't want to be in, all of those things are going to negatively affect the sale of your home. And those kinds of things, you hire a real estate agent to be honest with you, not to sugarcoat it, right? So no, price and location are hugely important when you are trying to sell your home. Price you have control over, location you do not. And so if you're in an area where your flood insurance is high, I would say shop it around. A lot of people think that you cannot shop it around. You absolutely can. Call insurance companies and say, what are my options for flood insurance? And of course, you know, the higher your deductible, the lower your premiums are going to be. And so if you're in an area where the houses never took in water, but you're in a flood zone, then those are some things to keep in mind. Y'all have a great day. And remember, in real estate, there are no stupid questions. I love to talk real estate. So if you have any questions, remember, there are no stupid ones. Y'all enjoy this gorgeous weather. If you were in South Louisiana this morning and you have not been outside yet, you are going to have a very pleasant surprise. It's sweater weather today. Y'all have a great day. Take care.